So, are you aware of Booker T. Washington?
Yes.
Okay. Like, are you
What
like
was
the
his
good?
philosophy?
No, 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 no. I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there. I just want to know, like, were you aware of, like the major things that he done in the country, right?
Um, yeah, I think he opened a college, I
Yeah,
think.
that's good enough. That's good enough.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
what
yeah, yeah,
about
yeah.
what
He
about
did
W.
some
Du
really
Bois?
good things.
Yeah, what about W. Du Bois?
W.E.B. Du Bois. I think, yeah, I know a little bit about him
Educator,
as well. Yeah, I
educator,
know a little bit about him.
right,
Yes.
author, and he went to Black Wall Street and documented over there. Okay,
Yeah, I think he was different from. You can correct me, but I think he was different from the other guy you just mentioned,
Booker T.
Booker T. And that I think
Yeah,
Booker T. more wanted to stay in America. W.E.B. Du Bois was down with leaving to go somewhere else. You can correct me if I'm wrong.
okay. Well, so was Marcus Garvey. Marcus Garvey went to leave the country as well.
Right,
Right?
as well as W.E.B. Du Bois.
Yeah, but I don't recall W. Du Bois like pitching the idea to like FBAs or Black
And
Americans at that
where
time.
and probably an even more significant difference is that where Booker T was more of a capitalist, W.E.B. Du Bois was more communist.
Yeah. So,
Really?
but what I'm trying to get to is this. I'm trying to get to whether W. Du Bois had Pan-Africanist dreams or ideas. I think he did, but I don't recall him like pitching it like Marcus Garvey. Do you recall that?
Pitching what?
Like the idea of Back to Africa, like Back to Africa movement. Do you recall him like selling that amongst Black Americans?
I know. I think he himself. I don't remember that. I'll have to look into that. But I
Yeah,
know
me
he
either. I
himself
don't
Yeah,
either.
moved to Africa.
WBB,
I think he
not
himself moved to
WEB Du
Africa.
Yeah, yeah,
Bois,
no,
nor
he
Booker
I
himself.
T
think.
was preaching
I
back to
think.
Africa.
Right, right,
Neither
right,
one of
right,
them was.
right, right. That's
I
all.
think he
Right.
himself moved to Africa
Yeah, no, no.
and
He was definitely a Pan-Africanist. What I'm saying is, I don't believe he was like trying to get. He was trying to recruit people back to Africa, like Marcus Garvey. Okay, and like an earlier Pan-Africanist. I don't think that was W. Du Bois. What he was, like you said, that's something he wanted to do. Okay, so now, but that's something Marcus Garvey definitely did, though, right?
Marcus Garvey definitely wanted back to Africa.
Okay, and he was probably inspired by whom with the back to Africa ideology that you think?
Marcus Garvey.
Yeah, like
Marcus Garvey.
yeah, what inspired that thought of his?
You
Um,
got me on that.
I think certain abolitionists also supported a back to Africa movement.
Yeah,
So I think
they are different in ideology though. So like, so basically, what I'm saying is that the early
the K. You're
thought.
talking about the KKK.
No, I'm talking about the ACS, the American Colonization Society. So the Chad, the back to Africa movement was from white supremacists. Like that was their way of trying to get rid
Yes,
of.
that part I do know.
Yeah.
That part I do.
So now the reason why they wanted the back to Africa movement is because they didn't want free black slaves that bought themselves out of like
Uh-huh.
Delaney that bought themselves out of slavery. They didn't want them to like spread that message to other enslaved people. So they wanted them out the country. Not only that, they wanted the country for, like they feel like they're taking up too much space. They're buying land, they're getting this done. So hey man, get the hell out the country, go do that stuff in Liberia, basically. So that
Oh,
out so that,
can I say something for 1 second?
but is it on topic? Because I'm trying to get to something.
No, no, it's on topic. But
Okay.
go ahead, finish. When you're
Okay. So I'm
done,
trying.
let me talk.
Okay. So
Do you
90
think? Do
like
you think? I'm sorry, Ron. Ron, do you
yeah.
think
No,
Abraham
let
Lincoln? Do you
him
think
finish.
Abraham
Let him
Lincoln was a
finish.
white supremacist?
Wait.
Do you think
Excuse
Abe
me.
Lincoln was a
Oh,
white
Abraham
supremacist?
Lincoln definitely was.
Wait, hold on. Wait,
He
stop.
definitely
Wait,
was.
hold on. Stop. Before we go there, because now we're going. I'm trying to finish up on the
Go
abolitionist
ahead.
movement and the Back to Africa thing, right? Pan-Africanism. So Pan-Africanism was a white supremacist idea that they influenced and enforced on black folks. Some black folks didn't have a choice, but I don't know if you know that or not. But some free black folks didn't have a choice. They were sent back to Liberia, whether they agreed or not with the Back to Africa movement. But I will say this though to
Sorry,
you.
Ron. Did you say was it abolitionists or white supremacists?
Um, it was white supremacists. They definitely didn't rock with black folks. They wanted us out of country because they felt like we were a threat.
Abolitionists and white
Abolitionists. You
supremacists,
just said it was abolitionists.
they're sometimes the same.
Yeah. So listen, bro, it doesn't matter
Were
what you
fighting to
are.
free the slaves were white supremacists.
No.
Yes,
No, wait.
because
Chat.
Abraham
Yes.
Lincoln
One
was
said
a
yes,
white
one says
supremacist.
no.
Chat. You're
Y'all got
kind of
y'all
like
got to get
My
on the
bad.
same page.
it.
Y'all got to get
Chat.
on the same
Chat.
page.
I got this. So now, American Dream. You said the abolitionists were trying to free who?
The abolitionists were
We're
trying to
free who?
free the slaves.
No.
Slaves.
See, no. Now look.
Who
My
were they
son.
trying to abolish?
Okay.
What were they trying?
Okay.
They were trying to abolish
Son,
slavery, right?
Son, you my son right now. They were dealing with
Okay, Dad.
Yeah.
Dad,
You're
can
my
I get
son.
my allowance, please?
No, you about to get cooked.
No.
Yeah, the abolitionists. Hey, yo,
Why
Chad,
is my dad cooking? Why is Dad doing? Are you a single dad?
American? Hold on.
Come on, Dad.
Hold on.
Why are you
Son,
doing the cooking?
I got you, son. Hold on.
I'm
Let
sorry, I
him finish.
digress.
Let him finish.
I
Okay.
digress.
All right.
Let's
This why I'm saying, Chad.
let's stop with the
Yeah.
insults.
No.
Let him finish.
That's
Let
not
him
insult.
cook.
No. He's not insulting because I said son first. He just going with that narrative.
I'm just
It's all
messing with
good.
him.
Yeah, that's all good. Now I said it first, right? So I can take back, the joke. But anyway, you are my son because
Okay,
the
Dad.
abolitionists, the abolitionists, American Dream, the abolitionists, they were only dealing with freed black people. They were not dealing with enslaved people. So that whole era, Delaney, Cuffy, Byron, Richard Allen, these were freed blacks. And guess what? They only protect themselves.
So what were they trying to abolish?
Okay, dude, just relax. I don't know what they're trying to.
Dad,
I don't know what they're trying to abolish.
Dad,
but
can you tell me what they were abolishing then?
Wait, that's not the point.
That's
the
not
point
the
is,
point.
yes, that's not the point because I never ate.
You got me calling my dad nigga.
Yeah.
This
Whoa,
Okay,
nobody said that.
Hey, Chad, listen. He's trying to wiggle. Look, I'm not gonna fall for it. He's trying to wiggle out where I got him, but it's not gonna happen.
Let it go, Ryan.
Go ahead, I'm past that because I'm going to cook him, and this is recorded. I'm going to make a clip later. So the ACS, they were largely trying to get rid of freed black people. Okay, so Martin Robinson Delaney was free. Paul Cuffey was free. Richard Allen was free. They were getting rid of freed black people. They were sending free black people to Liberia. Okay. So you said, what were they abolishing? I don't know, but I know they were getting rid of free black Americans. Okay. Now,
after slavery was abolished.
No, brother. Are you serious? This started in 1819.
After slavery was abolished, there was movements.
Okay, bro, but hold on. I'm speaking about free. See, he's jumping to. I'm at right now. I'm at 1820. I'm dealing with the ACS. When they pitched the idea of back to Africa, this was a white man idea. I'm just leading with that. This was a white man idea. I gave the reasons why they wanted black folks back to Africa, right? So now
and
people
they just wanted to send the free blacks back.
Well, that's the only people who they can send back. They can't go to my plantation and say, "Hey, give up your profit, your money," and nah.
But Mr. Ryan, can I jump in?
I'm almost done.
But if they're free, how can they send them back? Hold on. But if they're free, how can they send them back?
Okay, because they pitched the idea how beautiful Liberia was. They said, hey, if you don't want to deal with white supremacy, you can go to your own land and build that up. So they sold the idea of back to Africa, similar to how Marcus Garvey sold it. This was like a great promised land, and folks looking at their condition like, yeah, it got to be better than this. So it was an easy sell because they're dealing with Jim Crow, right? Hostile white supremacists. So yeah, so if they're told about a place in Africa and they're told they're African and this is better, yeah, people was like, yeah, okay, we'll try it out. Something got to be better than this. Okay, so that's the back to Africa ideas. It came from white supremacists, and they got everybody who went back to Africa, American Dream. They went through it by way of via the ACS. ACS was involved in 90%, 99% of everybody who went back to Africa. The ACS was directly involved.
What's the capital of Liberia?
Okay, wait. Before we go there, because I want to circle back to when I say who inspired Marcus Garvey, what I'm saying is indirectly it was white supremacists that inspired Marcus Garvey, W. Du Bois to do this back to Africa thing. All right. So when Marcus Garvey came here, he did the back to Africa thing, and he got some black folks interested, right, with this back to Africa movement. He promised them, hey, I got these ships, and we're going to go to Liberia, which, and by the way, American Dream, Liberia was set up by the ACS. ACS was involved. They had like a little colony, you want to say, in Liberia. So they had everything set up.
What's the capital of Liberia?
I'm not sure, but I want to just ask American Dream this.
Monrovia.
So
is it Monrovia?
Monrovia.
Is that the capital?
Okay. Monrovia. Yeah.
So
after James Monroe, the second president of the United States.
So now, American Dream. This is history.
Yes, sir.
So do you know
Yes,
why? Do you know why Marcus Garvey wasn't able to get Black Americans back, not back, but to Liberia?
For the same reason Black people won't go to Liberia today or anywhere else in Africa.
What's the answer?
Because they're in America and they live in the best country in the world. Why would you leave the best country in the world?
No, that's not why. I said Marcus Garvey. I didn't say why people don't want to go, because people were obviously interested. People joined in the hundreds of thousands. They joined the UNIA.
So did I misunderstand? Did I mishear your question?
Yeah. I said,
do you know the question?
Got it. I said, do you know why Marcus Garvey was not successful in getting his members who wanted to go to Liberia to Liberia?
Well, my understanding is that the ones who wanted to go went. No,
that's false. Not one person lived in Liberia through Garvey. Okay, so I don't know where you read that from, but that's that jokes.com website. Stop going there. Nobody went to Liberia.
But can I say this?
No, hey, Chad, listen. Chad, let me just cook for a second and you got it. That's all. I want to land my plane, but I want to, and you got it. Okay, so because we're talking over each other and we're changing topics and we're confusing the American Dream.
But I'm not changing topics.
But you are because you don't know my line of reason right now. So you kind of are. So and that's why just now American Dream thought he answered the question, but he really didn't, because you asked something, I asked something different, and I can't fault him, right? So I can't fault him because we are asking. You said the capital of Liberia,
Monrovia.
Right.
James Monroe.
Okay,
but
right.
Okay.
So I'm being serious. I'm not like trolling. I'm being serious. So American Dream, he wasn't successful because he never arranged a deal with the Liberians like the ACS did and like Cuffy did. He did not arrange, and just like Delaney, he did not arrange a prior meeting to, you can't just come into a country and just say, hey, we're here, honey, I'm home. They gotta agree, you gotta work something out. He never did that. So when a ship actually made it to Liberia, they got arrested and deported, and the president of Liberia said, don't do that shit again. Right. So he gave Garvey a stern warning. We don't want you here. Don't come here. So
those individual Black people that were down with his movement that wanted to go.
Yeah.
Those Blacks that wanted to go, they could have gone on their own.
No. At this point, that whole back to Africa, the Liberia thing, that was shut down. That was closed after the Civil War. So it was open before the Civil War, where there was entertaining the idea. But I'll tell you why it was no longer a good idea, right? Because it was a bad experience. This is why American Dream, some of those Pan-Africanists, they left Liberia like Cuffy, Delaney never went. But the ones who actually went there, Delaney did go. They came back to America because they seen it's not going to work. So they came back to America and said, hey, I'm FBA, basically. Like, we're here. That idea is gone. So they actually dropped that Pan-Africanist ideology. They stopped trying to go back to Africa. They realized the grass isn't greener. But so after the Civil War, they felt like they could just fight for their citizenship here, and they got worried about leaving America, because before the Civil War, they had no citizenship, so they had no rights to be respected by a white person. Okay, so they said, all right, well, let's just fight in this war, get our citizenship, and we ain't got to worry about fleeing, right? So when Marcus Garvey came, he came too late. That idea pretty much, that was closed, at least to Liberia. That was like pretty much closed. Okay, and like I said, wait, hold on.
Can I read something real quick?
All right, wait, okay, go ahead.
This is from ChatGPT.
Okay.
It says, through his Universal Negro Improvement Association and the Black Star Line, Garvey promoted the idea of returning to Africa to build a self-sustaining Black nation. However, only a very small number of people, estimated in the hundreds at most, actually migrated to Africa as part of Garvey's efforts. So Garvey did take people to Africa.
Okay, all right.
Just want to clarify that.
All right, cool.
Recognize royalty, recognize royalty, gotta recognize royalty, like they ain't got eyes to recognize royalty. I can feel recognize recognize royalty.
I can see.
Recognize royalty.
Now I recognize
Royalty.
royal to these eyes.
Royalty.
I can see.
Recognize royalty.
I can love
Recognize royalty.
Now I
Recognize it.
royalty.
I recognize passion. Never just the man with the title in his hand, with the vital in his hand, with the Bible in his hand. Yo, never just the man with the scepter in demand, with the lecture in the stand, with the vector and the candle. Can you understand the grand from the texture of the hand? Hard at work, are you hard at work? Working with the man, don't kiss the ring of royalty. Crown him king, just a thing, letting loyalty ring. Bring frankincense and myrrh and other things. As gold already blings from the highest that prizes no sins. Recognize the king's overruling commandments with the Trinity and the power it brings. When you recognize royalty, I feel it.
I can see.
Yeah, I see it. I recognize now.
Royal to these eyes.
Royalty,
I can see.
I see it.
I can love again.
Now I'm in love now. I recognize your passion.
Royalty.
Recognize royalty, sunrise royally. Sitting on top of the world, I'm vibe morally. Status of a king for surely. Orally, we pop dumb things till we stop the impurity. We pop them just for recognition. Listen to the missionary on a mission with the visionary vision. Do you recognize intuition? I reel in men when I went out fishing. I'll tell you why they rocked the boat. Cause they didn't understand what the prophet wrote. What's the conniption? To choose the Jews' crucifixion and refuse recognition at son child's christening. In the mix, some in some. Insist they fix the system from malarkey back to my monarchy. Yeah, back above me. Don't soil my purple and blue, and I will recognize your royalty too.
I can feel you.
I feel it.
I can see you.
I can see it.
Now I
recognize now.
Royal to these eyes.
It's your royalty.
I can see you.
I see it.
I can love again.
And I'm in love now.
Now I recognize
your passion.
Royalty.
Royalty.